Looking for indie game news? We've got you covered. This is the Weekly Brew. The upcoming 90s mystery game Lost Records has revealed a new gameplay trailer and details of its release. Made by the creators of Life is Strange, the game sees you revisit your childhood, watching and reliving videotapes made in the mid-90s with your friends, whilst bouncing back to the present too. This looks set to be an eerie mystery game full of nostalgia, and the game is releasing in 2 parts, with Tape 1 coming Feb 18th and Tape 2 March 18th in 2025. The next game in the Monument Valley series has been announced at Gamescom. The iconic puzzle game series is known for incorporating physics-based puzzles in a cool, quirky style, and it's back for Monument Valley 3. But this one won't be coming in the traditional way. Instead of a PC release, Monument Valley will instead be releasing on Netflix, with the first 2 games heading onto the platform too. You can play Monument Valley 1 on Netflix September 19th, Monument Valley 2 on the 29th of October, and Monument Valley 3 will be dropping on Netflix December 10th. Little Nightmares 3 have dropped a new trailer focusing on the co-op functionality of the game. The third adventure in this horror puzzle series follows the journey of Lo and Alone as they search for a way out of nowhere. This one is designed to be a co-op game, although you can play solo with an AI companion too, and it looks satisfyingly creepy. The long-awaited tavern simulator, Tavern Keeper, has announced its release date and premiered a whole new trailer too. The fantasy business sim sees you open and manage your own tavern set in a fantasy world, navigating tales woven into the gameplay. The game is launching in early access November 5th, and if the demo is anything to go by, this one is going to be an absolute ripper of a game. The first-person horror game set in a near-future world filled with some interesting immersive tech, A.I.L.A, has dropped its first trailer. The game sees you play as a game tester for a new fictional AI, and you'll need to survive some pretty intense virtual experiences. The first look at this game teases some intense horror gameplay, and it's set for a 2025 release. The cutest automation game on the block, Oddsparks, is getting its next major update. This automation game combines adventure with factory mechanics, but instead of conveyor belts, you have cute little sparks to transport your goods. The next update is introducing trains to the game, giving you a new speedy way to get around the map. In addition to this, they're adding new NPCs with their own quests, a new logic system, more village progression, including a new spark to unlock, and some more variations to the existing biomes. This is a huge update for what is already an amazing game, and it's going live August 26th. The fruity game where you journey through islands serving up fruity delights, Fruitbus, has announced its release date. This wholesome cooking sim game sees you forage for fresh ingredients, creating your menu and serving it to your customers. This wholesome sweet game has announced it's dropping on Steam October 28th. The fantasy open world survival crafter Nightingale has announced its next major update. The Realms Rebuilt update is stated to be the most significant update since the game launched in early access back in February. Some of the changes include a new reworked progression path, an increase to the structure limit, new Regency themed building tiles, new weapons, and a new campaign mode that includes storied realms to discover and explore. But wait, there's more. Boss battles are being added to the game via sites of power to test you, and there's new points of interest being added with their own challenges too. This is a really massive update to the game, and it's dropping September 12th. Play as the demigod Maui on an adventure to save his island home in the newly announced Maui the Shapeshifter. This Metroidvania 2D open world game will allow you to explore unique biomes, transforming into different animals and taking down some nefarious bosses too. This looks set to be an amazing action-adventure game with an ocean theme, so be sure to add this one to your wish list. The wholesome narrative-driven adventure game Caravan Sandwitch has announced its release date. Equipped with your van, you'll set out to find your missing sister in a post-apocalyptic world full of different cultures. This looks set to be a wholesome adventure game, and there's not much longer to wait for this one. Caravan Sandwitch is dropping September 12th. A new action racing game has been announced, and this one combines some wild action with an adorable animal, penguins. Faaast Penguin is a new thrilling knockout racing game where up to 40 penguins will embark on a chaotic race to the finish. Set to release in September, this one will be free to play with cross-platform support, and it looks set to be a pretty hilarious racing game. The RPG adventure game where you save your cozy town from demonic creatures, Bloomtown, has announced its release date. This game combines Stardew Valley type gameplay with turn-based battles against giant demons and dungeon bosses, and is perfect for the cozy gamer who appreciates the darker side of life. You can jump into this kind of cozy game launching on PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox September 24th. The tower defense game that sees you use Tetris-style blocks to build mazes and protect your Ember from hordes of enemies enemies, Emberward, has dropped its next update. This update sees the addition of the third biome to the game, the Frost Ruins, and introduces some new mechanics and a slightly higher difficulty level. This also adds a new flame, the Frostfire, which is unlocked after completing the Frost Ruins. This adds a whole new set of levels and maps to explore, and it's live right now. The chaotic city builder, Overthrown, has dropped a new trailer showing off some of the gameplay of the game. This game sees you play as a monarch in possession of a magic soul-stealing crown, and you'll need to build a kingdom and defend it from mutants and bandits. This one has co-op for up to 6 players and allows you to lift and throw anything, creating the perfect landscape for chaos. Set to release later this year, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. The cozy woodland survival game, Burrow, has dropped its first demo. This cute game about a mouse returning home to restore their childhood burrow sees you explore, gather resources, craft, knit sweaters, and bake delicious pies. The demo is a sneak peek at some of the features in the game and the first area you can explore, and it's the perfect teaser for this cozy game. You can check out the demo right now on Steam. The open world survival crafter, Core Keeper, is launching in 1.0 this week and making its way to current gen consoles too. The 2D pixel art style game sees you explore an ancient world, building, crafting, and getting creative as you mine for resources and battle titans. The 1.0 update sees a bunch of new content to the game, including a conclusion to the main story arc, and it's dropping August 27th. The PlayB3yond Indie Game Fest is set to kick off this week, showcasing some incredible indie games. The fest includes over 100 upcoming indie games and will feature new trailers, demos, and some sales too. The fest runs from August 26th to September 8th and will include some Aussie upcoming titles like Dolphin, June Shining, Which Way Up Galaxy Games, Ren's Resurgence, and more. We have a stack of new indie games dropping this week, including Endzone 2, a post-apocalyptic survival colony builder, launching in early access August 26th. Toyshire, a toy-themed tower defense game, drops in early access August 26th. Debtors Club, a narrative-driven resource management game where you play as a tax collector, drops August 26th. Crypt Custodian, a Metroidvania game about cleaning up the afterlife, drops August 27th. Super Moves, a game where you run, jump, and grind rails in the ultimate parkour showdown, drops August 28th. And Gory Cuddly Carnage, a cyberpunk horror game where you play as a cat taking down the evil, adorable army, drops August 29th. That is a wrap on this week's brew. Until next time, stay caffeinated.